Right, hello guys, welcome back. We're going to be doing some ATS again. I need to do a really boring stream today. I've got some kind of cold, maybe a possible ear infection. That means my head is completely messed up listening to sounds. So something like Dirt Rally or something with intense sounds is just going to drive me doolally trying to play. So I've decided we'll do something relaxing. We'll do some ATS and multiplayer again. Going to do some more jobs. Hopefully I'll recover in the next couple of days and whatever's going on with my hearing clears up, because it's really weird. It sounds like I'm listening to myself through one of my ears, but I can't work out if it's my left, right or middle ear or something, so really weird. Anyway, if it doesn't clear up, then it'll be a visit to the doctors, no doubt. Anyway, where are we? We need to find a job. The map's been reset for some reason, so it's put us into a different area. Is there any nearby freight? Yeah, not a lot. I don't want to do a particularly huge job. Look at external contracts again. Nearby. Massively long jobs. Prefer something a little shorter. Cars might be good. Get that loaded. Sim dashboard back on. And let's try and make it a move. Right, let's head out, pick up a job, we'll make a move. Nope. My dash ain't working because it's not on the right dash, because it's on Dirt Rally from last time I was messing around on that. American truckers. Get the lights on at least. That's better. Hey Equalizer, how you doing? Oh, we're all good. Just a weird ears, so not quite sure what's going on with that lot. Am I turning it? No, I'm not even turning it, so why did I even go into this lane? No one's here anyway, so I'm just going to skip over. Oh, fantastic, huh? What have you been up to then? We are turning left at the end of this one. Ah, someone's all excited, ready to play. What did you order in the end? So which one? TMX is it, or did you go for a higher one?
Hello, my friend.
TMX radio. Right, pick up job. Right, so this is going to take a little bit of time. What have we got? 429 miles, 821 litres on board, so plenty of fuel, no stops, unless of course we get called in, the old weighbridge. Ugh, they're just changing. I'm gonna go through them ones. Never get anywhere otherwise. No, you should be chuffed with the TMX. You should have a good time with that one. What you might want to do is nip onto the Thrustmaster website, make sure if there's any new drivers or firmware updates, get them downloaded ready. Would you use keyboard or do you use a controller? It's easy enough. I mean, you can drive with keyboard if you really want to, but yeah. If you've got a controller, I wouldn't want to go to a keyboard. And if you've got a wheel, I wouldn't want to go to a controller. Yeah, it's a little bit much on the old keyboard. So you can have a quick look at what we're driving and what kind of mess we're making of it. Hey Ray, how you doing? Heading to Arizona. It'll be nice and quiet. I mean, I logged in just now. There's only like 150 people in the Euro server, so, and I think I just saw about 5 of them. Should be relatively quiet. I'm doing good. I'm just having a chill stream because my ears are bad today. Some kind of cold or infection or something. I don't know. It's really weird because, you know, like you get the side tone on headphones which lets you hear yourself. That's what it sounds like to me, but I can't work out which ear has got the problem. Because sometimes it feels like it's the left ear, sometimes it feels like it's the right ear. And there's like this slight echo and I get a ringing in my ears now and again. It's really weird. So I thought, and I can't, because I was in the kitchen today and I put the microwave on to heat up some food. And the noise from the microwave was winding me up so much because it was doing my head in. I couldn't stand in the kitchen while it was on. And I've never had that problem before in my life. So I was like, okay, clearly playing something like Dirt Rally with an engine noise blaring at me is going to do my head in, so I thought I'll take it easy with something like Truckers. Might be blood pressure, yeah, well, that's YouTube for you. Nah, it's, I think my blood pressure's okay. I've got no other symptoms of anything else. I did have the most humongous runny nose this morning, and that dried up so quick, so I've got a feeling it's probably a sinus infection. But I can breathe perfectly fine, which is really crazy. So, I don't know. Give it a couple of days. If it's not cleared up, I'll see the doctor. Yeah, I've had it before where I had a sinus infection before. I've never seen so much gunk come out of a nose before in my life. Not a fun thing when you have one of those. I know if I put Dirt Rally on, I'd probably be there for 5-10 minutes and I'll just turn it off because the noise of the engine bouncing around inside my head will just drive me potty. I can just about bear this because it's like a subdued kind of noise, you know? And I've got it turned right down to my headset. We're gonna bypass, yeah! So we carry on. What have you been up to, Ray? You been doing anything fun? Anything interesting? Or just another day? Ah, nice doctor. I take it you didn't go back to that doctor, did you? I know I wouldn't have. Oh, that's a good one. When was that done? Now we're going to go through that light. Whatever. There's no one around. I'm sure that was a green. I don't blame you, to be honest. If I went to a doctor just to tell me to take paracetamol, I'd be like, shove it where it don't shine, mate. He's got a nice truck. Fire graphics. Flames down the side of his truck and everything. Digging this when you're out in the open and you're not in the city, hitting the 100 frames easy. Haha, I like it. The old cruise control. That's good news on the old job front. That takes a bit of pressure off you. Now all you got to do is kick ass at work, get a load of money, and buy anything and everything you want. At least that's the plan. Beep beep. I knew he'd do beep beep flashlights. I can't remember where my flashlights is. Hey, it's that one. Not when you have a wife. Yeah. She's the walking cash point and bank merchant. The keeper of the cards. Yeah, good luck then. You're gonna need it. Where am I headed to? Not a clue. I didn't even look. Because I'm that good. And I can't stop. And look, I've got to stop. Let's take a look, shall we? Because, yeah, I haven't got a clue. And why not? Because we can. Oh, Gallop. There we are. We won't be too far away from there either. Let's assume I can get this darn thing in gear and going again. I love it with these crazy horns. Keep it straight. Keep it straight. Hey Dan, how you doing? To be honest, I don't bother with the in-game voice. I don't even know if it's switched on or off. And if somebody tries talking to me, I'm like, ah, whatever. It's just another aspect. I tend to turn it off if I remember to do so. For me, if I'm going to be driving and it's going to be in-game, it'll probably be through Discord. Oh, I'm doing okay, Dan. Just gonna do a couple of easy jobs in multiplayer. Kill some time. Taking it easy for a couple of days, I think. Doing that though. Be a mission to get my son to clear up the room because he's made a mess. That'll have to be done tomorrow. might do is when we get to Gallup, we'll look for another job, but I might go for a long job. I just finished work for one day. Do you start early or do you start late? Because that seems like a late kind of finish, mind you. Milton, I'm not quite sure what you mean. Equalize, if you're going to download the DLC maps, make sure there's a sale on and grab them on sale. That you're better off getting them when they're on sale. So certainly don't pay full price, because you know, somewhere like Steam may have them on sale at some point. If they're not available on sale there, they may be on CD Keys or some other website. But I would certainly recommend holding out until they're on sale, because you know, a lot of them go down to about £3–4 a pop. So unless you can get the bundle at a discounted rate, I would hold off. When is the next sale anyway? There should be one coming up shortly, shouldn't there? Yeah, there must be an Easter sale usually. Just add one of the maps to your wish list in Steam, and as soon as it's available at a discount, you'll get a notification. No, some other places do have them from time to time. You just got to do a bit of shopping around. Look on All Keys Shop or something. I can't remember what it's called now. Something like that, anyway. And they will link to the websites that have them. Well, that was a change in colour shift. The sky just changed from clear skies to cloudy. Gotta love the way they bring in the clouds. There's no transition, it's BAM! There's your clouds. Nice. Although that does look a lot better than pure blue skies, because that makes it more interesting. Didn't beat back. Right, what are we on? Ooh, 1 hour and 44 minutes. We won't be long. Oh, there's names in the clouds. I've never noticed that. I'll have to keep an eye out. You sure that's not a mod? I gotta admit, I'm too busy usually looking at the cars trying to drive into me, so... not that I've seen. You know, we see the freaky walking horses now and again. Sometimes you get a couple of cows. At the moment, it's looking pretty barren. Well, I've got to admit, most of the time when I'm driving an ETS, it's usually over in Europe rather than UK, so I'll have to take a trip up to Scotland, but most of my UK map is mapped out, so probably be a while before I head that way again. Yeah, that's it. Like Dan said, you know, you can pick them up pretty cheap if you wait for the sales, so... So we're down to 43 minutes remaining on this job, so it won't be much longer. And then we'll see what long distance jobs, if any, there are at the delivery. Those rock faces over there, I don't know if you can make them out. They look really good. Oh my god. Kind of sad, I'm kind of enjoying the view of rocks. May not have loads of little villages and buildings everywhere, but the little bits of detail they do have, at least they are rendered with high quality. And we got to stop off. That was reverse. I don't want to go into reverse just yet. Gross weight of 26 tons. Right then, where are we? Turning off. We'll be turning off on the next right then. And it looks like we're heading in there somewhere. Yeah, they obviously don't have a sale on at the moment with regards to that, so hold off. I mean, it's up to you depending on how desperate you are to pick up the game, to be honest, but if you're willing to wait, there'll be a sale and it will be down in price. You know, it's an old game. A lot of the DLC is old now, so you can pick it up at a good price in the sales. Place seems like it's out in the middle of nowhere. Why would they want a bunch of cars? Maybe they're going to plonk them in the middle of a casino somewhere. I think it's in here. Whoa. Right, let's get that tidied up. Oh, let the clutch out too early. Right in. If they got any jobs here. Takes us to, I don't think I've been to that one, so let's do that one. we're not quite straight on that one, are we? Trailer. Ooh, I can't see like that. There we go. Right, so what have we got? 492 litres, we've got 702 miles to cover. Gonna have to keep an eye out for fuel. I know this takes about 800 in fuel, so we know we can fill up at the next stop. Yada yada yada, red light offense. Right then, we're off again, so 13-hour drive. Let's see how quick we can plod through this lot. Keep an eye out for fuel on the way. Nah, I've never tried that one. I know I have tried another one that was their like early access kind of thing, and most other truck simulators don't really have a patch on ETS or ATS, to be honest. These are well grounded and, you know, I've been in the process of design built over a long period of time, so they've been, a lot of the stuff is ironed out and well done, and a lot of the other games out there, even the new ones, are all really trying to copy what ETS has achieved. Maybe one of them will supersede it, but for now I don't think anything really surpasses what these games do at the moment. Really? Assault course for trucks. It's not really a driving simulator then, is it? It's more like a stunt truck simulator. Reverse the truck around a course? No, can't say I have. Not really had a game present that kind of option. I mean, do some of the reversing you have to do in this feels like you could do. Is it a PC game or? I admit it's not one I've seen before, but then it's not something I've probably gone looking for either. Whoops. Keep an eye on the roads. Wonder if it supports triple screens. Probably not. This place has got fuel, so we can stop here. It could be, because I know that SCS have done a few other games. That could be one of them. I really don't know, to be honest. Oh. Fill her up, Bob. Pardon me. Hiccups. Oh jeez. Anybody think I've been drinking? Well, I have, but only coffee. Down to 11 hours. Well, I did, and I drank it all. But I need to have more. I think that's my first cup of coffee all day. That's rather depressing. Maybe my second. I can't remember if I had one earlier on. Pretty dead out there. I know. I do have an espresso machine, but that would be too noisy to do while I'm on stream. I could just imagine it sitting right by there. It's louder than that. And then I'd have to have a mini fridge to keep the milk in. And a stack of Nespresso capsules. Oh, I haven't got room for a waitress. No, just a coffee machine. Mini fridge. Has to have its water supply plumbed in as well, because I can't be getting up and down to fill the machine up with water. So I'll have to install some kind of pipe or hose. Yeah, bit of work. Could put a water tank underneath the stairs. That could work. Nah, that's a little bit overkill. Yeah, nah, that's going too far. I'll just change the seat to a toilet seat, shall I? I know. It's definitely not something I want to put to my name, thanks. So we've got 784 litres on board, 533 miles to go. We got plenty of fuel. This should see me through to the end of the trip. Los Angeles. Well, personally, I don't use the sleeping side of it anyway. I usually turn that off. Hello there, Armageddon. How you doing? Yeah, I find the sleep cycle stuff just gets in the way of me driving. You know, I only have a few hours a day to do this game, and I don't want to be having to work out how I gotta sleep here, gotta do this. It's just like, nah, just let me drive. You know, it's a game after all. I'm not going to take it that seriously, so I turn off the sleep side of it. Kind of like the fact that it stays, you get more fuel, or the fuel lasts longer a little bit, and the days seem to be a little bit longer, so for me that's a good thing. Driving at night time sucks. That's the only time I'll force myself to sleep in game, just to skip and get back to daytime. I mean, you could edit in the console, but I can't be bothered. dear. Oh, stressful day. Well, feet up, relax now. Have a pint of vodka or something, whatever floats your boat. I've had an okay day. No worse than the next one. We are just chilling, driving in the American truckers. I nearly said Euro truckers, I don't know why. Well, that was a long camera cut. Ah, it's bound to relax you. That's a given. Oh. Down to 8 hours. Time is flying by. Well, that sucks. Rather you than me, though. I certainly wouldn't want to be dealing with that one. Go. That's terrible. Well, that guy was trying to say something. Well, he did. Yeehaw. Well, at least you get 4G. But what's the data rate like? Is the data rate still good in 4G? Or is that kind of limited? Yeah, I might have to go in and disable the in-game voice. Thought I did, but I think that may have been ETS. There's a crumb on my screen. Oh, absolutely. It used to be that phone lines used to be high priority when it came to, you know, making sure they were working. In this day and age now, it's broadband seems to be more of a necessity than phone lines. lot of communication rests on, you know, the internet these days. Well, there we are, that's your problem solved. Don't need the internet when you can't read the screen. Yeah, certainly don't need people blasting music over voice in game. That's just ugh. Well, I can gladly say I've never had to deal with any admins within ATS or ETS, so I'll reserve judgment on that one. Seen enough action in YouTube videos and it's like, well, doesn't seem like anybody's really doing anything, and when they do, it's whatever they want. Oh, if you've got to be gaming, always gaming off Ethernet if you can. I've always made sure my main PCs are connected by Ethernet, even though they would work off Wi-Fi perfectly fine and get very good speeds over Wi-Fi. You're much better off using Ethernet. Yeah, 5K is crazy. It's kind of, that's one of the reasons why I don't mind ATS so much, because ATS is a heck of a lot quieter. So you're not having to worry about crazy people. You know, it's a much more tranquil experience over an ATS. If you've got good Wi-Fi around your home, yes, you can use it, don't get me wrong, but with a desktop PC, I just don't see the point of running a desktop PC over Wi-Fi, especially when your router's like a couple of meters away. Just plug it in with a cable. You're guaranteed to have better connection over the Ethernet cable. That's assuming you've got a 1 gigabit Ethernet card anyway. If you've only got, you know, a 10100 card, then you may be better off on Wi-Fi anyway. And we're going to have to pull in again. Sim dashboard is running on the tablet along with the phone, which you may or not be able to see. Doesn't the modem that you connect to give you an Ethernet, mind you? If you, I don't know how you connect to the internet. I mean, if most modems do Wi-Fi and Ethernet these days, I know mine does anyway. So, and that was given by the company I'm with. Unless, of course, you're talking Wi-Fi over mobile and you're tethering, which is a different story then. Well, it depends what you're allowed to do. I'm kind of lucky. I've got my PC, which is the back end of the room, and the modem's the other end of the room, but I run a cable then around the room to hit the modem. But the second PC I've got, which is upstairs, runs from the back room upstairs and then comes down the stairs and then through a couple of walls into the living room, and then around the living room into the modem. So if you're allowed to do a little bit of drilling, it is possible. Remember, you can run long cables with Ethernet. Easy. So that's what I've done. I've run both my desktops basically are run into the modem using Ethernet cable. A little bit of work. The cable's cheap enough. Pick it up off eBay. Cat 6 cabling, relatively cheap. Shouldn't break the bank on that one. Ah, he's motoring. That's nothing a bit of filler doesn't fix. I'm sure you've got pictures hanging up. You've probably drilled into the wall to mount something somewhere. I mean, technically you don't really have to drill if you run cables under the skirting. Because what I did for the stairs, I pulled the carpet up and just tucked the cable and run it along the edge of the carpet. And you can't see it. Just tucked it all back in. The only place I had to drill then was through a floorboard just at the top of the stairs, so I could bring it through down into a cupboard underneath the stairs. And again, that was covered up by carpet afterwards, so you can't see where it comes through. It's all hidden away nicely. It's a big load. Take care, Armageddon. Right, where are we? 3 hours 42, not too long now, be nearly there. Speeding fence, what a shame. $55. Well, we ain't gonna be doing 55, that's for sure. That's a heck of a road. I keep forgetting to turn off the steering wheel. I'll have to remember to do that as well. Oops. Turning here, I believe. Oh, you didn't turn it enough. And 13. It's getting there slowly. Nearly done. Unfortunately, nothing too scenic today. Although that does look pretty good over there. Whatever that's supposed to be. Attack of the tumbleweed. man, these roads down here, look at that lot. This makes you want to get a really fast car and fly. What? I wonder what this would be like in VR. I'd be like, bleh. That's about the most exciting road I've been on an ATS. Yeah, use OBS. I use a dual PC setup for streaming, but I can't stream with a single PC. It just allows me to do higher quality with a dual PC, that's all. Oh, where are we? 43 minutes. Now the graphics are becoming a little bit more interesting. There's more going on the screen, which is nice. Got cars. And we did, as we drive by. There's the destination on map. Won't be much longer now. Another 10 miles to drive, so that'll be what's that? Probably less than 30 seconds now. See, I need to fathom out why I'm getting rendering lag. I wonder why that is. I need to investigate that. I'm not getting any drop frames in the network, but I'm getting missed frames due to rendering lag. I don't know what that means. I'll have to do a little bit of research. Yeah, it's the new OBS. It's all updated. I use OBS on this machine. This does NDI output then and sends the stream video and audio to the PC upstairs over the network. And then the PC upstairs does the encoding and sends that to YouTube. Ooh, we got more. What do we go for? I'm thinking high value. Don't know if I want to do double trailer. May not have a choice though. In Oakland. Go to Las Vegas. You can go to Bakersfield. Oh, let's do the dual trailer. Let's have a bit of fun, shall we? It's a nice truck. That just shot 153 milliseconds. That's not good. Mind you, I wonder if it's to do with that cable. Average time to render frame, 13.2 milliseconds. Yeah, see, it's doing that same thing it did before, where it's dropping frames. Down to 57 frames. It's not holding at a constant 60. Which is what it's supposed to be doing. And it's not. Let me have a look at a setting. Nope, 94 frames there already, so that's not good. Let me try something. Where are we? OBS. Oh, where's it gone? Come on, PC, play ball. Let's see if that helps at all. I don't know if it will, but... Put back. Yeah, I'm just trying some different settings now, seeing whether if setting the... is actually looking more stable already. Right, let's see what happens now. I've got to pick up the job first anyway. It's still jumping around a bit. I wonder if this new OBS is going to cause me issues. Because I only installed it today. It's weird because it's doing like an average time to render of like 2-3 milliseconds, and then the next thing you know it's jumping up to like 15 to 16 milliseconds. I'll have to watch the video back and see if it shows any issues. Weird though, because the network rendering says it's all okay. I don't know. I didn't put my light on, did I? I always forget my light. Right, so we've got 526 miles to go. I've got 433 litres in the tank. And we've got a fuel stop coming up. We'll take that. Probably not the best idea when you've got dual trailers to think about. And we are off again. I think this new OBS isn't doing what it's supposed to be doing, because I seem to be having more dips to about 58 frames rather than 60 frames than I did on the previous one. Then again, I can't remember if I rebooted after putting OBS on. That could be a problem. I've got quite a lump in the back by the looks of it. Or by the feel of it. That sounds really bad, doesn't it? It's only 15 tons, but yeah, it's sluggish. Some steamy ground. Steep grades. Just what I needed. Runaway truck ramp. Runaway vehicle only. That's cool. And if you don't stop, you go smack into that lot at the top. Skip frames due to encoding lag. But the thing is, it's got 3 skip frames due to encoding lag, but it's not encoding anything on this PC downstairs. I'm wondering if those skip frame reports that it's given me are just errors, but then why would it tell me the frames per second is changing? I don't know. Something's not right. If this was an urgent job. 6 hours 26, and I've got 8 hours. Okay. Hopefully that 6 hours stays there for the next 10. Second options, graphics, Nah, I use CPU encoding. The encoder isn't the problem. When you use dual PC, you've got to use OBS to send from one OBS to the other. And it's the downstairs PC that's sending the signal, but for some reason, I mean, the CPU usage isn't going over, say, 15%, 16 tops. But it's the jump from, say, 2% CPU usage to 15. When it does that, then it's giving me missed frames, and it's showing my frames per second is going from 60 down to 58. A very small amount, but it's enough to give a frame issue on stream. So I need to try and iron that out. Now I know my CPU's up to the task because it's a 9900K and it's only doing 18% load in total. So it's probably either the PC needs a reboot, because I don't think I rebooted it after installing the new OBS, or it could be the new OBS just is not playing ball and I need to revert back to the older version, or there could be something running in the background that's causing OBS to lag. Oh man, not again. Yeah, I know I probably forgot to reboot, so... But this will be my last job for today, because my head is all over the shop today with my ears, so... I might just have a bit of a break. And I'll do a little bit of research online about the new OBS and see if anybody else are having any problems. It was getting darker, now it seems to be getting lighter. Oops. Trying to get the sun to come into the middle screen, but it doesn't want to play ball. I'll take a look. I'll do a reboot first though and do a test stream and see whether that's fixed it. Chances are it's just a reboot. To be honest, I should have rebooted in the first place, because when you're installing something like OBS and you intend to use it for streaming, you're probably better off doing a reboot first. But I must admit I got distracted, so I forgot. Brezno. See, on triple screens I like having sun shaft switched on, but in VR, oh man, hurts my eyes. No, this camera here, that one, that's a GoPro Hero 5 Black linked into an Elgato cam link. So that's what gives you the good quality. You can use a webcam, like I've got a Logitech C920, but it's not going to give you that type of quality. See if it's plugged in. Hold on. Ooh, I need to do that first, and then do that. There we are. So this is the C920, which doesn't look too bad, but that's a very small screen, so it looks fine. But if you blow that up to full sized, that's not going to give you the same quality. That's one of the older settings I used to use. Use it now and again. There's a different view. Yeah, I mean, you can use a foot cam if you want. I mean, I don't find the foot cam too interesting. You know, unless you're doing a lot of racing and people want to see the footwork. And if you've got good footwork, then it's worth showing it. But mounting an extra cam just to show foot pedals, otherwise, can be a bit meh. If I get into my flight sims, or if I get back into Elite Dangerous, I might go triple cam mount and have one on the throttle, one on a flight stick, and one on the main screens. Kind of split it up so you can see what's going on. But I don't know, it's something I was toying with before, but I've not really got into that side of it. Certainly haven't got back into my Elite Dangerous, not for a long time. Well, he's got some pretty good footwork, so I hear, so... sun's gonna go right the way down. And it's what time in game? Friday, 21:19, and estimated time of delivery is Saturday, 1:36. Well, the remaining time of this is still 6 hours and 14 minutes, so I'm guessing we could sleep, I don't know. Whoa, Jesus. And that's what happens when you got no wheel or no hands on the wheel. That was crazy. You must be hearing things in Equalizer. I thought my ears were bad. That's pretty bad. That's kind of cool with the buildings silhouetted against the sky. Sacramento. Yeah, that was random or what? Steer with your knee. What was that all about? You know, I might sit here and play a game, but I'm not here for your beck and call to do weird stuff. That's just not on. Oh, hold on. I'm not going that way. We are down to 3 hours. Wow, that's flying past pretty quick. That looks nice now against the trees against that skyline. Don't even go there. Maybe they want to hunt out the female sim drivers and request that kind of thing then, because yeah, I'm not flexible enough to get my feet up there in this sim rig, that's for sure. Not at my age. I'll need new hips soon enough. Ah man, can I get a bypass? I think I've only had one. Well, they probably are in real life. Well, it's not going to be just your first, it's not going to be your last either. You'll topple over a fair few number of times. I still topple over to this day. You'll be in a rush, you'll go around a corner, you won't hit the brake enough, or you think you can go faster than you really can, and next thing you know, you're rolling over. Excuse me. What's that supposed to be? A flock of birds just in the distance. Kinda cool. Not actually seen that before. Although when you stare too long at it, just looks like items just rotating in the sky. Area 51, yeah. You never know. Doo 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 doo. I thought the sun had gone down, but the amount of pink sky that's still here. It is now supposed to be 10:06. Is it usually this light in the States? Oh no, it's getting a bit darker now. That pink sky shifted a deeper pink. We're down to the last 42 minutes. Must have made a bit of extra time because that ETA's changed from a 2 AM ETA to a 22:52 ETA, so made some good time on this one. Off, put them back on.
Beep beep.
Have I reversed with twin trailers? Yes, I have. Have I successfully reversed with twin trailers? I can't talk. No, I haven't. I'm terrible with twin. I haven't had a lot of practice using twin trailers. It is pretty much guesswork. I've learned not to turn the truck too much, and I'm hoping I can just drive straight in and park it. That's the plan anyway. Whoa. Looks like you can drive straight in. We'll take what we can get when it comes to this one. Get right up to that post. Probably too much, actually. Oh, straight in. Didn't need plans for the button box. I bought the parts off eBay, the boxes off eBay, the switches were from eBay, the buttons are all off eBay, and the internals, nice and simple. It's a dedicated 32 switch USB board, which you don't have to solder, you don't have to do fancy cross wiring. It is plug and play. So you get a bank of 32 switches basically on board, and you just, with a screwdriver, you hold down the switch, poke your wire in, you let go and it clamps on. It's all plug and play basically. So positive and negative for each wire, and then run up a wire to each switch, and that's it. You can have up to 32. It's an expensive circuit board. Expensive by, if you're not buying, I can't remember what they call them now, Arduino boards. Those Arduino boards you can pick up for like £4 to £6 per board. But then you've got to do all the fancy wiring, you've got to do the programming and everything. This board is £30, if I remember correctly. So you buy the board, and it's literally plug and play. So this all in probably cost me no more than £50. And the beauty of it is, if I want to add, because I haven't got 30 switches plugged into this at the moment, 32. I've got some indicators that I used to use before, but I'm having to find a new place to mount them because I changed the rig. So when I've configured them and found a new mounting position, I will be putting them back in, but they will plumb back into this box, and they will do 8-way switching themselves. So I've got 8 spare switches in there, and all I do is just plug them in and map them, job done. So there's no messing around. There's no fancy wiring. There's no having to solder or desolder anything. You know, I can chop and change as I see fit. If you want to splash out a bit more, they do a 64 switch board. I think it's 64 anyway. That's a little bit more expensive. I think that board's in the region of about £40 to £50. But again, if you want to do a really big button box and you don't want to deal with all the messing around and the wiring, then I would recommend going there. The people who make the board, it comes from Leo Bodner. They do direct drive wheels and all sorts for Sims. So for me, it was a no-brainer, because it's like, well, it saves me all the messing around. I don't have to worry about soldering this, wiring it this way, that way, the other. You know, and if I wanted to change things with the switch box at any time, I don't have to think, oh, I've got to remap it, I've got to resolder it, I've got to do this, that. You just plug in what you want, where you want it. So there's the way I was thinking, you know, if I want to change the list layout and have a new button box with new switches, I can just bung in a new switch bank and rewire that circuit board easy enough. Hello there, Curtis. How you doing? So yeah, have a look at Leo Bodner and the USB board they do there. It's worth looking into if you're thinking of doing one. You know, for this style button box, they sell on eBay for what, for 80 quid. You know, if you're happy spending 80 quid and picking one up, you know, I bet you any money in the internals are probably using an Arduino board, which you can pick up for like 7 quid. The switches are probably, you know, cheapest chips anyway. Parts alone would probably cost 30 to 40 quid. And if they're doing an Arduino board and charging 80 quid, to me that's like, okay, it's a bit expensive for your time to solder it. So for me, I was like, I'd rather have the USB board and something that I can chop and change as I want. Ooh. So anyway, unfortunately for Curtis, you've joined us at a very bad time because I'm about to leave because my ears are really playing up. They're ringing really badly at the moment. So I'm going to leave the video there, guys. Sorry it's a short one for today, but I have tried. But yeah, my head's just not in the game today, unfortunately. Hopefully my head will clear up and be better tomorrow. I will be back on tomorrow. I'll do a stream of some form, maybe do some dirt rally if I can suffer the sound. I can always turn the sound down anyway. But what I'll do, I'll double check about this OBS as well, because there we are. See, look, it's now all of a sudden, because I'm in the menu, it's spiking to 20 milliseconds, and the frames have dropped down to 50. Yeah, I'm hoping it'll be a reboot, so we'll see when I reboot and I try streaming next time. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Hope you all have a good time, and I will certainly see you in the next video. I'm just trying to find my buttons. There we are, I've got my Streamlabs there. So there we are. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.